You stupid fool. Did you really think you gonna hit me? Huh? Bow, bow, bam! Over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Errol Spence, he posted some type of riddle on his Twitter, and it's gotten everyone wondering if he's leaving PBC. This was the tweet. Errol Spence, he said, PBC need to take the L out of lover. Which obviously, if you do that, that leaves the word over. So the big question is, over for who? Is it over for Yordenis Ugas? Is Errol Spence saying the same thing that Gervonta Tank Davis has alluded to when he talked about this being the last fight on his contract with Mayweather Promotions? Or is Errol Spence simply just talking about it being over for someone else that fights with PBC? Now, obviously, Errol Spence, he said it for this reason, so you don't know exactly what he's thinking. He's just once again hinting at something, but there's no doubt about it. A lot of fighters are starting to realize that they have a lot more leverage when it comes to landing big fights when they remain being a free agent. Terrence Crawford is a great example. It's now a lot easier to make a Crawford versus Spence fight now that Terrence Crawford is a free agent. Canelo Alvarez, he also showed the benefits of being a free agent because Canelo Alvarez, he had two multi-fight deal offers from two different networks, Al Heyman and PBC and DAZN. And both of those deals were worth some serious money. Then you have the Devin Haney situation. If it wasn't for Devin Haney being a free agent, he would have never got the George Kambosos fight. Now Devin Haney is fighting for undisputed. By George Kambosos' own admission, Devin Haney was never the first choice. He never wanted to fight to become undisputed if he had to do it going through Devin Haney. Once again, George, he admitted this. After months of leading the public to believe that George Kambosos was really interested in a Devin Haney fight or a Lomachenko fight, he kept telling us it was going to be either one of them. It wasn't until the Ukraine war broke out and Lomachenko made it clear that he wasn't going to leave his country. This is when George Kambosos admitted that Lomachenko was the priority pretty much since day one. That was the fight they always wanted. They were forced to take the Devin Haney fight because Lomachenko was unavailable. Someone else who remained a free agent for damn near a decade or over a decade was Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people don't know this, but the majority of fights after Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement, the majority of fights that he fought on HBO, he was fighting on HBO as a free agent. He just was showing how loyal he was to HBO. During that time, he never fought on Showtime. He always fought on HBO. But that same loyalty that Floyd Mayweather was showing for HBO was never reciprocated by HBO. HBO never had any interest in signing Floyd Mayweather to some big major multi-fight deal, which is how they end up losing Floyd Mayweather to Showtime. Because Showtime, they offered Floyd Mayweather a record-breaking deal at the time. In fact, Showtime, they sacrificed their MMA series Strikeforce just to get Floyd Mayweather on the network. And it paid off for everyone. So there's no doubt about it. There is definitely an upside to becoming a free agent. But when it comes to Errol Spence's situation, it's hard for me to see him leaving PBC. The only way it would make sense to me is if Errol Spence, he wants to get more leverage in making a Terrence Crawford fight, assuming he gets past Yordenis Ugas this weekend. Because if he does get past Ugas and he is pursuing the Crawford fight, then they can auction that fight off pretty much the same way George Kambosos and Devin Haney did their fight. It becomes somewhat of a purse bid if Errol Spence is a free agent. Now, we don't know if Errol Spence is going to be a free agent after his Ugas fight, but once again, If he were to become a free agent, there's no doubt about it, every network would want to host that fight. It's the biggest fight in all of the sport right now. Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. So we'll see soon what Errol Spence decides to do. But first, he has to get past a very tough, determined Dennis Ugas this weekend. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Errol Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to erroldequis.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.